What's up, everyone? My name is Brockton Kohler. I'm going to be presenting to you today on what I will be using to better my time in Mongolia as a foreign exchange student there. As for the language itself, I'll definitely struggle, but when it comes to the principles of their communication, I think we're definitely a match. I'm a very honest speaker. I'm open about just about anything. Willing to talk about anything with anyone, not scared to voice my own opinion. I grew up in a community family atmosphere. I grew up in a small town, so I think I can relate to their views on their family ties and the collectivism for sure. I think I'll definitely find that they probably take it to another level with that, but at least to be able to relate and have those thoughts in my head will definitely help. As for verbal aggressiveness, like I said, they are very straightforward, honest, they're open about anything. So unlike the United States, we're a little more polite. We tend to try to not hurt people's feelings. There, I'll have to be very open-minded to the fact that they are going to say whatever is on their mind. With that, I'll also have to be an effective listener. And to do that, I'll have to keep an open mind at all times. I'll have a language barrier with pretty much any conversation I'm having. So I can't get too frustrated about things. Like, I have to have patience. I have to keep a clear mind and remember what I've learned about their delivery, and that they're very straightforward. They're very known to be honest with you. So I just have to keep that in mind when having communication with them. Another thing that I have to be aware and conscious of is the stereotypes that they deal with in their country. A lot of people view them as like that nomadic warrior stereotype, ignoring that things have become much more modern. It is not the same old Mongolian culture that we would normally think about. And another stereotype they deal with tends to deal with the fact that people don't think that there is diversity in the Mongolian culture. Like, they all live one way under one set of rules. And that's not true at all. They are actually very diverse. Another huge thing I have to be conscious of is understanding their culture, understanding where exactly their thoughts come from, especially when it comes to the fact that they are very straightforward, like I've talked about. I have to respect that. That is something new to me, but this is a part of their culture. It's been ingrained in them ever since they were born. So I have to kind of take that on as I go, and kind of become part of that culture as well, and learn how they talk to each other, how they listen to each other, and not kind of get frustrated like I might if somebody were to talk to me like that in the United States. As for media awareness, it will be much different leaving the United States and going to Mongolia. Their media presence is not as well known. It is much smaller. So I don't think it'll be as important when I'm there. They have a lot of their areas that really don't. The media does not reach them, and a lot of it has to do with the poverty that they deal with in Mongolia. Now, obviously, I am going to be in a very unfamiliar area, so I need to stay very aware of what is around me, especially when it just comes to, billboards and different types of media that you might see. Not so much the electronic media that we have in the U.S. Obviously, you're on it every day, but just the things that you're seeing as you walk by, things that are being posted on buildings, all that kind of stuff. Just being aware of what's going on around me will be very vital. And so this is actually my favorite bit of research that I found while searching the internet. And it just has to do with the fact that basketball is a big part of their culture there. It's one of their favorite sports, and that's something that I can really personally connect to. So we're going to dive into that. So as you can see, their National League president says, "I have no doubt that basketball is truly the number one sport in Mongolia." And like I said, that is just huge for me. The fact that I know I can in some way connect with people through a sport and that is the main connection avenue that I use today. Most of the people that I even talk to daily are from the basketball world. And I say basketball world, that's something anybody that is truly in it would understand what I'm saying. You can make so many connections, and I think that is the number one way that I'll feel comfortable going to Mongolia. You know, I can go to games, I can get associated with different leagues, play with some people, and at the end of the day, basketball is basketball. I think that will be my biggest kind of jump into their world. Is it's the same game, regardless of what language we speak. All of that, I'll be able to connect with them in a way that I've connected with other people before.